What's up, YouTube? What is happening? So we're just gonna get right into this. I figured there's only 4 Sudless soaps, so I don't even need to physically have them on hand. I was gonna go back to the storage unit and go get them, and I was like, it's a waste of time. I'll just spit off the top. So GG4 Glass Gleam Floor, GG3 Glass Gleam 3, Sorbo, and Skyline Shine. I put Skyline Shine into the mix because if you go back and watch my Skyline Shine review, I explain you get a sheath, a clear sheath over the glass, just like you would with one of these soaps that don't have a slip agent where you add the glide. So what I did is I put these in order of, obviously usefulness. Like, also I was a little cost effective in my thinking. If you're buying Glass Gleam 3, Glass Gleam 4, or if you're going out and getting Sorbo powdered soap, you need a slip agent. Skyline Shine, that has glide already in it, has everything you need already in the bottle. So that definitely scored some points. So as you guys know, I had a full year using Sorbo. I've been using GG4 for like 11 years since I started window cleaning. GG3 I've used off and on through the years just to like try it, and then as I got a new bottle, I've been playing with it, and it does what GG4 can do minus the hard water softeners that are added to the GG4 formula. So we're gonna go in order. I'm gonna put GG3 honestly at the bottom of. Now, I know what everyone's gonna say, that's a great soap, the shine is great and all this stuff, but you gotta understand, for a guy like me, maybe if you live in the city, it would be a little bit better, but from my standpoint, if you're in like, country area and like there's a lot of well water and stuff, that added benefit of the softeners in the GG4, I really think gives GG4 just a little bump up over it, honestly. Now, the reason GG3 and GG4 are on the bottom tier is, one, it's super concentrate. You might think that's awesome, but even a guy who's like knowledgeable and understands, like, you use a floater bottle and you measure it out, life's not perfect, sometimes you throw a splash in. GG4 highlights your mistakes. It does. Anytime I've missed anything, it highlights it white. It's like a window cleaner highlighter. If you don't have good technique, and you're not like really proficient with the squeegee, it's going to show you all your mistakes and also all your customers. So, because of that, I think it's so advanced that it actually, for the end user, especially like a newer guy, I don't find that to be the best. You know what I mean? I really don't. Because even a seasoned guy, like, I clean windows, I could clean windows with my eyes shut, literally. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that you intuitively do, but even on days where, like, maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm going through some shit, maybe I didn't sleep all night, whatever the case may be, life's not perfect, dude. You're not going to be on point always. Sometimes you're gonna go through some shit that's gonna take you off your A game, and when that time comes, I don't want to have something in my setup. Like right now, my setup is so like perfect, like I almost couldn't fuck up. Because even when I fuck up, like, I can go back and like fix it with ease. Like, my setup right now is just so on point. Like, it's hard to even fuck it up, and that's what you want. You want your routine, you want your like method, your methodology of whatever the fuck you do to be so tight that like it's really hard to fuck up, you know what I mean? As long as you follow the system, you could be fucked up, hungover, fucking no sleep, whatever the fuck, and still be able to get the same results. And I like that. That's what I want, because life's not perfect. Sometimes life is messy, and you know what I mean? I want to be able to do my job no matter what. And when you add elements outside of your normal setup, you know what I mean? It's just like, it fucks you up. Fucks up the process. Now, I used Sorbo for a straight year. Sorbo, you can miss something and it doesn't highlight it white. That's what I really like about it. It's, I think it's like $13, or it was $13. I don't know. I haven't bought it in a long time. I used to get all that shit for free. The powder lasts a really long time once you like figure out exactly like how much to add and how much glide and shit. You can get into a really good flow with Sorbo. You don't get to keep adding soap throughout the day because it's clear. Fucking clear. There's no suds. It's just a very simple process. The only thing you might need to do throughout the day is maybe add a little bit more glide, because glide is very important when you're dealing with non-suds. But when it comes to the all-in-one, like not needing jack shit, Skyline Shine, although new, just came out this year. For somebody who doesn't want a sudded soap, it's like the perfect soap. It has the glide already added to it. It does a good job. You do get like a really nice shine. Only thing I would say, like, I got through it, and this is why I test everything with the Liquidator, because the Liquidator needs the most movement. You need the most maneuverability, and you need the most glide when it comes to the Liquidator. And out of GG3, GG4, and Sorbo, Skyline Shine outperformed all of them with the Mormon Liquidator, doing what I do. So, when you get that amount of slip, even though it wasn't the best, you know what I mean? It wasn't like what I get with Gladiator or Mormon Deluxe. It still outshined everything else. And because of that, I put Skyline Shine in the top spot for Sudless soaps. Kudos to the dude who made it. I know, when I gave the review, I said I wouldn't add it to my daily routine because of the way I clean windows, and that still rings true right now. But if I was going to go in the direction, or I was going to do a job and I was like, I don't want to clean up suds or something like of that nature, that would be my go-to for a Sudless soap. Just grab the bottle, squirt it into my shit, and I'm good to go. Like, I'm not going to have to deal with all these suds. It's going to be easy cleanup. It has the glide already in it, which I really like. I don't want to have to buy, two things. If you think about it, I go out and I buy a bottle of, Gladiator, or I go out and buy a bottle of Mormon Deluxe, $13, $14, something like that. If you go out and buy Sorbo's powdered soap, what are you talking, $13, $14? Then you got to go out and buy the Glide, whatever the hell that is. You're talking like 20, maybe a little over $20 just for your fucking cleaning solution. You know what I mean? So it's not cost effective. Same with Glass Clean 3 and Glass Clean 4. If you got to go buy Glass Clean Glide and the soap, you're doubling your how much you got to pay. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we're talking labor and cost to do the job, your cost of materials, and then whatever's left over is your profit. So if I can get one bottle of soap and I can do X amount of jobs and I can make X amount of dollars, and I calculate it at the end of the week, the end of the month, whatever, and say, all right, I did this many jobs using this, $14 for a bottle of soap, and I did all my jobs this month and I made the X amount of profit. Like, that's good. That's what you're looking for. You still got to be sensible, when window cleaning. Yeah, a lot of dudes who like do these types of things, they get free tools. I've gotten free tools. We get free tools, and sometimes, I promote the carbonator, right? I got a 16-foot carbonator given to me directly from Mormon, but it's a $600 pole. You know what I mean? I never said it was cheap, but it is the highest level of traditional window cleaning you're gonna get from a pole. Not only, I don't give a shit what these guys say, they're wrong. Like, cylinder pole, a round pole is not as good as a pole that has the design that pole has. Like, it's an upgrade. It is. And for precision window cleaning, that's what you want. Like, the Mormon carbonator or the Takumis, like, they just are better on every level than all of these other poles. They just are. And these guys can throw them across parking lots. They can make comments. They can do whatever they want, but it doesn't change the fact that it's better. It just fucking is. It is. And there's no way around that. So when I look at things, I'm looking at it from every angle. You know what I mean? Not just I'll be honest with you. Like, I had a piece on my carbonator snap, and I sent a picture out to Mormon. I asked them if I can get a replacement section. I sent the picture out to them. They never even responded to me. You know what I mean? They never responded back, didn't replace it. I didn't take to the internet like, fuck Mormon, I asked Mormon like 6 months ago if they can send me out some new pads. They didn't. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's not about tools. It's not about getting free tools. It's not about any of that. It's not about the brand. Like, I'm promoting what the best is, not because I get free shit. I haven't got anything from them in mad long. Like, you know what I mean? I have a connection with the dude, and he hooks me up with shit that's like not even out on the market yet. And I give you guys like, but I have shit that you guys wouldn't. I have shit that you like, I haven't shown you guys that are like mind-blowingly awesome. Like, I'm using some things that like I'm like hoping and praying like it comes out of like testing phase, comes onto the market because it's sick and it's really good. You know what I mean? Like, I see what's coming down the pipeline. You know what I mean? When I say Mormon is the most innovative fucking company out, they are. Whether they like me or not, like, I don't know what their problem is. I don't know what I did. I've just been promoting the shit out of you for over a year. Like, yeah, fuck me. I don't get it. But it is what it is. I don't know what I did or said or anything. It's just like, okay, I don't want to fucking send me a replacement part on my pole. Okay, like, what do you want me to do? Go buy someone else's pole? Like, I'm not going to. This is the best pole on the market. You know what I mean? So it's like, people get in their heads like that guys like do things or say things or promote things because there's benefits. I'm not getting shit. I've bought most of everything that I have. You guys know that. Like, and WCR knows that because I bought it all from them. You know what I mean? So like, I'm I'm supporting my own channel with my own money. And if I get hooked up along the way, I'm like, sweet, thank you, universe. And if I don't, then I don't. But like that's how I do it. I'm bringing you guys the best tools, the best products. Not fucking because like it benefits me in any way, but because I want to put out real content. I want to be real. Like, I'm sick of all the bullshit. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully you guys can resonate with that, respect that. If you like what you're seeing, please go ahead, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I got more coming.